Hello, well met. Welcome to the next episode of Greymantle, episode 3, I believe, of book 3, book 2, book
Arc.
2.5. Who
It's
knows?
something like that.
It's something like that. But the Daughters of Darkness are trapped in Nightside and trying to save the city from a undead plague. But before we get to all of that, I am Eric Scott DeB, the DM of this game. I published a couple of novels this year for in my Greater Justice Vengeance superhero series. Yeah, Amanda is showing them right now, actually.
Haha.
And those came out in January. I assume this is 2024 when you're watching this. We don't really know that. But at time of recording, they are about a month old. Go check out those babies. Teenage superheroes in the 90s in Chicago. It's really awesome. And on that note, take it away, Allie.
Hi, everybody. I am Alexandra Pitchford, or Allie for short. I'm a writer, game designer, and TTRPG streamer, producer of this fine show, and also co-creator of our Greymantle setting. So that's exciting. I will be playing, as ever, the Silver Sparrow, master thief, or so she likes to tell herself. Uh, yeah, I would also like to tell you tonight about one of our sponsors, which is, as always, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Idle Champions is a strategy game that unites iconic D&D characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure, including Farida, Havilar, and Mehen from the Brimstone Angels novels. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and Web, Epic Game Store, Google Play, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. For more information, check out idlechampions.com.
Hi, my name is Jen. I go by Savage Sparrow on the internet. Tonight I will be playing Oriana Devereaux, also known as Vainglory, the Tiefling Warlock Mob Princess of the Hellfire Club. Who, it's sort of yeah, she's in a pact, but maybe I can shop around too, maybe who says you have to have just one? Who says that, I don't know, my daddy taught me to go get a deal, so let's go for that. Anyway.
Yeah, does polyamory apply to warlock packs? That's my question.
Yeah, exactly.
Polyfactory.
Patriamory? Why not? Anyway, yes, I go by Savage Sparrow on the internet in most places. SavageSparrow.com is my super awesome website where you can buy all my really cool, nerdy merchandise, including officially licensed Pathfinder stuff. As of this recording, the latest collection, which is the Live, Laugh, Leshy plant collection, is all online. You can all get all the cute little plant guys to your heart's content. They're so adorable. They came out so great, and I'm so proud of them.
All right, that makes it my turn. Hi, my name is Amanda Cherry. I go by Amanda the Ginger online in most places like the X, Twitter, and the TikTok. I write books and movies about magical ladies who aren't particularly nice. The important one to mention right now is this one right here, which will be recently released by the time that this episode comes out. And I know that because it releases tomorrow. I should be extra fun today because I have no brain space, only book launch. Today I will be playing Anji. She is the hot pink tiefling bard everyone's parents warned them about. She is wild, she is thirsty, and she is mostly for decoration. So we are here to have as much fun as possible today.
And I guess that means it's my turn. Hi, I'm Lex. I go by Fortivare, or Forta, on the internet. You can find me at that handle with and without the dash. And where you can't find me with that handle, it's LexArts with 2 X's. I illustrate, play games, and tonight I will be playing Sounder, the shifter gutter mage. She's just trying to make a living, and everybody around her is trying to make it so very, very hard. Not you guys, most of the time, but everybody else.
All right. So, when last we left our intrepid adventurers, the Daughters of Darkness, you were heading back to your hideout after a few harrowing encounters. And it's getting late in the day. I'm referring to this as day one. So day one is about over. You've been back in Nightside for almost an entire day. And it is the darkest time of Nightside right now. There are more people on the streets than there were initially. Remember, when you first got back, it was empty, deserted, silent, as though everybody was shut up in their houses or had ceased to exist entirely. Now you're starting to see a few more people, and life seems to be returning to the city slightly, which is odd, maybe. You had expected this kind of lockdown to continue, but it seems like people are coming back out. Anyway, so you're headed to not the Silence, the Dirge, which is the Temple District, where your hideout in the Devil's Choir Cathedral is on the top floor, right where the bell is. So, as you're on your way, you're coming across these crowds of people. Do you want to just take the main streets? Do you want to take like back streets? Do you want to go up to rooftops? How do you want to proceed?
I mean, generally, if you want to get anywhere swiftly, at least in Sparrow's estimation, back streets, always back streets, because that you don't have to fight through the crowds. I think we were trying to avoid getting noticed by guards or whatever the heck we were avoiding before we left.
Okay, so you're trying to avoid the madding crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Off on the back streets, maybe on the rooftops. You know, there is a secret entrance to your hideout off of a rooftop.
Yeah.
Okay. As you're going, the streets of Nightside have felt extra oppressive, like heavy. Your steps are taking a little more energy than usual for some reason. And you feel very, very hungry. You realize you haven't eaten anything today. But, you know, you can wait until you're back at your hideout, I suppose, to eat. Are any of you injured? Is anybody missing any hit points?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a few. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your wounds keep aching, and the hurts of the day and possibly the previous misadventure are kind of dragging you down a little bit. As you're headed toward your hideout, you pass by the building where Maeve, the no-nonsense medical lady, works, where she stitched Sparrow's wounds that one time. You pass her little clinic, which appears to have a number of people crowded around the front door.
Oh, yes, Maeve, the very terrifying healer that may or may not be some kind of fae.
You never know.
We don't know. She's got a
There
vibe.
There appears to be some kind of clamor and something going on over there. Would you like to investigate or just continue on?
Sound at least wants to get an ear on what's happening, if not a close look.
How close is this to where our hideout is?
It is. Well, Maeve's place is actually on the edge of, on kind of the edge between the Dirge and Duskfall, which is the Market District.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pass through the Market District to get to the Dirge. So that's why you're seeing all the people, right, in the Market District. And you would just go on probably another like hour making your way through the back streets to get to your hideout.
Okay.
I guess my main question is, does it seem like they're not being let in, or is it there's just a long line?
It seems like there's a long line, and
Okay.
like resources are limited. Like not enough people can get inside.
Ooh.
There's a lot of coughing and people who look maybe a little under the weather.
Yeah, I fear this may be like, we don't know what the first stages of zombie plague so much looks like, so I'm staying on the other side of the sidewalk. Like, I'm stay over here. Don't get your germs on me, please.
Okay.
Let's see. I feel like Ori is kind of curious as to what's going on also. I would disguise myself though as a friendly looking old lady who's just, wants to, and yeah, like she'd just look at Sounder and hand Sounder the arm and be like, do you want to get started on the research and I can follow up with you with what's going on, or do you want to come with me?
I almost want to come with you, but oh wait, because we got from Lilith those nifty things, including a disguise circlet, right, in Sounder's case. I think that hit Sounder, and she's like, actually, I think I'd like to tag along.
I mean, that could be good. Sparrow, for her part, can also tag along, I believe, because I can also disguise myself. Woohoo!
Well,
I mean, y'all go right ahead.
Do we want to bring this?
I mean, if we can just head back, if you would rather.
Hold your breath and don't touch anything. I'm nosy, but I'm not that nosy.
And you can take that back to base. Handing you the arm.
Oh.
Okay.
Here,
so
I will go. I'll go with Anji back to the Belfry. I'll let you.
We aren't back 15 minutes behind you. Come find us.
And if Maeve asks, I am not around.
Why would she be asking after you?
Don't ask questions that she's not going to provide the answers to anyway.
That's a very smart response. You know me so well, Ori.
One of us has to be the smart one in this relationship.
Well, I'll see you
guys. Go ahead.
I'll see you at home then. And she'll turn around and walk off.
See you then, darling.
Just imagine
She makes a very
hair flip.
She makes a very rude gesture over her shoulder.
Okay.
Yep.
So, Oriana and Sounder are checking out what's going on. Sounder is using perception to do that, I understand?
Yep.
And
I would like to use investigation, because basically, I just imagine, Ori just is pretending to be a little old lady and, sort of getting in the line and being like, oh, I just came to get, my weekly enchantment. Is something going on?
Okay. All right. So I'm going to have Oriana also make a deception check.
Okay.
Please.
I got 22 for investigation.
Okay. So you're going to learn some information. That's good.
And 21 for deception.
Oh, yeah. Nobody even doubts that you are exactly as you present yourself.
Of course I am. I'm just so frail and earnest.
Okay. It looks like a lot of people are trying to get into the clinic because they have heard rumors of some kind of plague or illness that's sweeping the streets, and they're presenting with all sorts of different symptoms like coughing and sneezing and some things that can clearly be allergies, and some things that you have a common cold or whatever, and they want medicine and they want treatment. Maeve is there, and she is pretty harried trying to sell enough things and keep enough material on hand. Sounder, with your perception, you basically get kind of what's going down, and there are also some people outside because Oriana went kind of into the crowd. There are some people at the edge of the crowd who are talking about some shifty business, like trying to break the window or rob the clinic or something like that. Like they're getting, and you don't think it's because they want to get rich. It's more like they're desperate to get medicines, or they're just frustrated because they can't get in.
I think if she overhears the talk of that, it's like, oh, just all discreet, like tries to be like, oh, you don't want to do that. She's not one to mess with like that.
Okay, so you're gonna try and talk him down with persuasion.
Yeah, she's not good at it. She's gonna try.
Wait, can you repeat what's going on?
On the edges of the crowd, there's a group that's sitting there going, and talking about potentially robbing or breaking into the clinic.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Sounder is like, ooh, come on. Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no. Well,
What'd we get?
A 4. Sounder made the attempt to be like, whoa, hey, that's not a great idea.
You're just like, or you could not do that.
Okay. Well, you have done quite poorly, and they turn their attention upon you. They're like, what are you? Some kind of inquisitor? What is this? And they're like,
what is Sounder disguised as? And also, does Ori see what's happening here?
What is Ori's passive perception again?
What is my passive? 9.
Okay. Yeah, no. Ori does not see this happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're starting to kind of like puff themselves up against Sounder here.
Yeah, and Sounder today looks very, very unassuming and kind of just like some scrawny little random person. Not tough, not
intimidating in any way. Yeah.
No. Like the nerdiest looking. Hey, maybe we shouldn't do that.
Yeah. So that seems to be emboldening them. They're not, actively concerned about you, and they're trying to intimidate you. Would you like to stand your ground? Would you like to attack them? Would you like to flee? What would you like to do?
I would not like to attack them outright, but I'd also not like to run from them because it's like, come on, like, don't be a dick. Look, you're not the only one looking for medicine, and that lady in there is mean.
All right. So you can either attempt an intimidation check, or I don't know. Maybe you have a spell that might be useful in this instance.
Probably not, but I'm gonna look. I mean, I got a spell, but it's not for them. Gonna shoot a message to Maeve, actually, like, hey, yeah, you got some real dumb folk trying to steal from you. So, what you want, and what are you willing to give for it, effectively?
So, you're doing that. It's a fairly simple thing. It's kind of like a bit subtle. You're just telling this message, and they're like, "Hey, what's she doing? Is that magic? Are you doing magic?"
No. Why does it matter if I am?
And you get a message back from Maeve that says, "Sounder, is that you? Deal with it. Deal with it, wouldn't you? I'll reward you."
All right.
So, Ori, inside,
Mhm.
the people are they're like crowding the
Mhm.
desk and like holding out big fistfuls of script to try and get medicines.
Mhm.
And Maeve is doing her best to try and supply some. Do you want to help her? Do you want to uh, diffuse the situation in a different way? What would you like to do?
Okay, so what are my options again?
I don't know. You could do
Yeah,
whatever you
okay.
want to do.
Let
Like
me see.
you can start taking money from people and giving
Yeah.
them meds.
Mhm.
You can shout at everybody to make them go away. You can start eldritch blasting people. I don't know. You do you.
I started
I
blasting.
feel like Oriana, being a type A personality, would probably just start organizing everybody into queues and stuff.
Is it by level of symptom? Like, oh, you got the sniffles, you're over there.
Yeah.
You're actually bleeding, you're over here.
She just like there's like I don't know. I imagine for some reason now she suddenly has like a little cane or something to continue.
Oriana's opened up a triage window.
Yeah,
like...
for the thing, and it's just like wrapping it on the wall to get attention. And it's like, okay, I will need the following to happen. You guys go over here. You go here. You go here. Just like, again, setting everybody up into like priority, and using the decent investigation skill I have to basically tell who's like faking and not.
So you're gonna try and triage.
Yes.
Okay. So you are attempting to help Maeve, basically, with some kind of charisma skill.
Yes.
Which thing are you doing?
Let's see. Do you want me to use intimidation to bully them into lines? Again, investigation to determine who is like the order of who is sick and not sick as far as like how they are physically appearing. Persuasion to get them where I need them to go, or what would be good here?
You could do persuasion, sure.
Okay, cool.
Based on what you described, I think it's mostly persuasion.
You're
going to try and shame them, which is definitely an intimidation move.
I mean, I kind of like the idea of the old lady just being like, what?
Guilt-tripping old lady is 100% an intimidation check.
Okay, I did roll the other one already, but like could I do intimidation instead because it's funnier? Okay. Oh no, I rolled a 10. Ah. Rip.
It's okay. What does that end up being?
It's 10 total because it looks like it was
10 total. Okay.
4 that I rolled.
All right,
I have plus 6
somewhat
intimidation.
effective. You're somewhat effective. You make them get into like a couple of queues.
Yay!
There are still way too many people.
Yes.
But at least it's not the same sweaty press that it was before.
And hopefully we have kicked out the fakers and hypochondriacs.
And Maeve looks over to you and says, Oriana, is that you?
Don't ask me questions, dearie, that I don't want to answer.
Well, thanks for the help, love, but your friend is out there. She might need help. Meanwhile, Sounder.
Oh dear!
So Sounder in the background while this
these two big fellows are like lumbering over towards Sounder.
They have bowlers on. I bet they have bowler hats on.
They totally do.
They seem like the sort. Rolled up sleeves,
Yeah, just like, hey.
They're loosening their bow ties. They're like, here we go.
Yeah.
And the first thing Sounder does, one question before I do this. About how many hours has it been since we went to go talk to the widow?
It has
It has been less than 8.
It has been less than 8, yes.
Okay, then mage armor is still in effect.
Yes.
So that's nice.
Mhm.
What she decides to do is use Gust on the whomever is forward facing to try and shove them 5 feet away.
Okay. Is there a saving throw that they should roll for that?
Yes, they need to make a strength saving throw of 14.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. You do indeed push one of them 5 feet back. He just kind of stumbles backward. The other one says, "Ha! Magic! I knew it was magic!" And he pulls out a knife.
Like a bites her thumb at him and preps a magic missile.
Okay. All right. So we will leave this very tense situation for a moment and cut over to our other ladies who are heading back toward the hideout. So when you get back into the temple district, you find that everything seems normal. Business as normal. There are several buildings that are locked down, like you're not hearing anything coming out of them, which seems a bit strange. But you still have people going to the various churches, and there are a lot of people around the cathedral. There seems to be some service this evening. Would you two like to make a religion check, please?
Sure.
Like is a strong word there, but
I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to.
I mean, I don't have a great roll for religion, but I can definitely make
13.
the attempt.
Neither of you is Hellfire, so
Oh,
if you were Hellfire, you would know automatically.
17.
Ah, okay. 13 and 17 are sufficient. You realize that tonight is the Canticle of Damnation, which is a celebration of the Queen of Hell.
That's one of those my parents would have drugged me to church kind of holidays.
It frequently happens. Like,
Yeah.
there are 9 of these every year. Each one in different contexts of one of the Dukes of Hell.
Well, I suppose we'll let them have their little celebration of the Nightbound Queen, won't we? But I just hope to God they don't ring the damn bell. I swear the last time that happened.
You do recall that there is a lot of ringing.
It's likely there will ring the bell a lot.
So as you're standing there, there are a couple of Hellfire paladins, we'll call them, who are patrolling the streets, just making sure order is kept. Sparrow is not particularly striking. Like, the way she dresses is not. Well, I'm not saying you're not lovely. You definitely are. What I'm saying is you don't stand out as dressed strangely for the place.
I dress like a Nightsider.
Right, exactly. You look like a Nightsider. Anji, on the other hand,
looks like a pop star. Yeah.
Yes. So they come over toward the two of you. And Anji, would you make a charisma check, please? Just a straight D20 with your charisma modifier added.
Oh, that was terrible. I got a 7.
Okay. A 7 total?
7 total, yeah.
Okay. These paladins have never heard of you. And they're
That's actually probably better.
They're like, "Hey, what are you about?"
Just headed toward the temple. Nothing to see here.
Don't worry, gentlemen. She's with me.
Oh. They look over to Sparrow.
Sparrow, I'll note, has kept those kind of like ruby lensed sunglasses that she stole when they were over on Dayside. So she's
Yep.
still wearing them.
Uh-huh.
The better to hide her eyes.
Okay. They say, do you have some identification, lady?
Identification? That's
Streets are dangerous these days. You never know.
Have you mistaken this for Dayside? Who carries government documents? Really?
Well, based on the edict passed within the last day, everyone who is anyone and is following the law carries identification.
we're expecting what? All
And
of us.
they cite some contractual language,
Yeah.
because that's what Hellfire do.
They were expecting us to just manifest government documents out of nowhere.
So you're saying you don't have any?
Where are we supposed to get them in the span of a day?
Your local Hellfire office, no doubt.
I
Or
remind
from
you
one
that
of the
So-
churches.
So this is one of those boring conversation anyway moments where Anji's just gonna go straight to magic. So I would like to cast Charm Person at second level so I can let's cast it. Yeah, cast it at second level so I can get both of them at once.
So they're a little bit distracted talking to Sparrow. Are you going to
Okay.
try and do this subtly, or are you just going to do it?
Oh, I'm just gonna do it.
Sparrow, are you going to try and distract them so that they don't notice, or are you just
yes, I'm going to try to keep their attention so that Anji can do her work.
You can tell
on
with
a-
your natural
yeah.
insight that they are soliciting a bribe, basically.
Ah,
But Anji appears to be headed her own way to take care of it.
Over
Yes.
it.
All right,
yeah, and
so
I don't want to
what
give them money.
what is their save DC?
They have to make a wisdom saving throw at 17.
Oh wow, okay.
And like Sparrow is going like, I'll have you know that, or at least I'll remind you that the Hellfire Syndicate doesn't control the entirety of the city. What do you expect everyone to do?
Hey, so the magic goes off. It affects one of them, but not the other one. So when you say that, one of the guards goes, "Yeah, what do we expect them to do?" And the first one looks over at him like, "What?" They're like, "I think we should cut them a break."
Your friend gets it.
Look at her. He gestures to Anji. He's like, "She's not up to no good." What
Look
what
at how big she
self-respecting
is.
what self-respecting assassin would dress like that?
She's too cute to be up to no good.
She's
right.
too pink.
What are you, entertainer, dancer,
Drummer.
drummer? See, drummer. And the guy's like, "Fine, we'll let you off with a warning this time. We are going to talk about this." And then they head away.
Nicely done.
I do possess a certain set of skills.
Well, let's not linger on the street. I'd rather not have to deal with another group of overzealous idiots with their hands out. So let's
Agreed.
get upstairs.
Okay. As you're headed toward a rooftop entry so that you can climb up and get through your secret entry, you hear a faint buzzing sound, like insects buzzing. And you feel a faint kind of chill. But you don't see anything. Just kind of a strange sensation.
A little detect magic, please.
Sure. All right, there is a faint aura of magic around you. Necromantic magic. But
Great.
as you're looking around, it just kind of disperses. It was like a mist that just kind of like melted away into the street, and then you don't detect any more magic. I mean, there's magic coming from like the Devil's Cathedral and from your magic weapons and stuff, so you can tell that your spell worked. Okay. So, speaking of people with a particular set of skills, back to Sounder. So these two looks are definitely going to attack you. I'm going to need you to roll initiative, please.
Understandable.
Do you want me to roll 2 or wait till we get there?
Are you going to try and join the combat?
I mean,
That is painful.
at this point, Ori doesn't know there is combat, but she is eventually going to do something.
Okay. Yes, then roll initiative as well.
Okay.
It'll take you a round to get out here,
Yeah, that's what it is.
unless you do something like a Misty Step or something.
Nah.
All right, Sounder,
Unless
what do
it
you got?
looks real dire.
I think Alex might be frozen there.
Hmm?
Or just staring very hard at the screen. What do we got for initiative?
I got a 5.
I got a 5, okay. Oriana got
16.
Okay. So the one with the knife is going to go first. And he is going to try and stab Sounder with that knife.
Okay.
So here we go. Your dice on the ground, Eric. Rookie mistake.
Tisk tisk.
Definitely don't drop your metal D4 on the ground, Eric. That's a real bad mistake.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Okay, let's see.
Also, don't drop it on your toe.
All right, so that's going to be a 20 to hit, which I'm pretty sure hits.
Oh, yeah.
4 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And swings again, but you kind of dodge out of the way. Okay, then it's Oriana's turn. So you're going to spend this turn getting out of the building,
Yeah.
pushing through the crowd.
Yeah.
Okay. You're
yeah.
surrounded by a clamor of voices shoving people. I'm going to need you to make an athletics check to bowl your way through, or an acrobatics check to slip your way through.
Okay. I will try acrobatics.
Okay.
21?
Yes. Okay. So you slip through. You nudge some people and push a couple people, and they're like, "Hey!" But this like little old lady, surprisingly dexterously, flits through the crowd. Okay. And at the end of your turn, you get out onto the street. Okay. The other thug is going to just try and bludgeon Sounder with his big meaty fist. Okay, that's 22, which I'm pretty sure hits, and 19, which probably hits too.
What is this guy made of?
Lash. Okay, so it's 3 bludgeoning damage, and then another 3 bludgeoning damage.
Sounder, how you looking, buddy?
I'm at 1 HP.
Okay. Oh, geez. Okay.
that one cackles. It's a she's soft. Take her down. And the guy with the knife is like, okay. Now it is Sounder's turn.
So I'm gonna bonus action shift. Get myself some 6 temporary hit points.
Okay. What does that look like?
So normally that looks like a kind of lengthening of the face, very slightly more snout-like, longer tusks. I have no idea what this looks like in the context of still under the effect of this disguise hat. So like you got this scrawny little thing, and then all of a sudden it's just, beefed up slightly, I guess. With a slightly more pig-like aspect to it. Angry pig squeal.
Okay. They do look a little bit startled.
And I think she kind of shouts at them, look, you want to steal from that lady and get yourself killed, whatever. You want to try and steal from all these fine folk here, that's fine. But the moment you hit me, it's my problem.
Okay.
And she launches a magic missile at, I think I got 1/3 level slot left. So yeah, 3rd level magic missile.
Wow. All right. So that is going to conjure 5 missiles.
Yeah. And I'm going to split them between the two.
Okay.
Just give them a good peppering of it.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I got to actually roll the frickin' damage. So that's 1d4 plus 1 per thing. Give me a second to roll some things, if it will let me roll the things. It's just gonna make me suffer. One of them is a 5. One of them is a 2. One of them is another 2.
Or are those all on one of the guys, and then the other 2 are on the next guy?
Yeah. That first one on that guy is also a 2. And the second one is a 5.
All right.
It's the guy with the knife who gets the majority of it.
Yeah. Okay. Missiles streak out, slam into these guys.
And then Sounder is going to try and kind of step back. Because, like, I don't actually want to fight y'all. It's just annoying.
Okay. All right. So that first guy, he is not deterred by your blasts. He still senses weakness, and he is going to attack again. His knife. That's going to be AC 12. I don't think that hits you.
Mm-hmm.
And then AC 11. Okay, so you managed to dodge out of the way of those attacks. Oriana, your turn. So they don't know you're there.
Yeah.
Now that this battle is going on, a lot of the people around the front of the shop shout and are terrified, and they just run in all directions.
That's one way to clear the crowd.
Yeah, when
I got-
when the knife was slashing around, that's kind of distracting. But when like someone declaims magic syllables and blasts of energy strike out at people, then we got real battle going on.
So I was wrong. My AC is 15 at the moment because of mage armor. I'm just dumb.
Okay. So those last attacks did not hit you.
Yeah.
Question.
Yep.
If I use Flame Blade, then do I get to dual wield, or do I need a feat for 5e? I forget how it works.
Anyone can dual wield.
Okay.
Light weapons.
Yeah.
So if you have a weapon in one hand, and then you cast Flame Blade and put a weapon in your other hand, then you can make an attack with both weapons.
Cool.
It would be your bonus action that you would use to make the attack with the secondary weapon. They both have to be light.
Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, you certainly can do it.
It says it's similar in size and shape to a scimitar, which I believe is a light weapon.
It is indeed a light weapon.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, cool to know.
You know why that's a light weapon? There's Jordan, baby.
Oh, anyway. God.
Let's go.
You evoked the name. Next question. Are these guys just goons, or do they look like Hellfire?
They look like just goons.
Okay.
Like random jerks who work the street and break stuff. Not Hellfire. Although Hellfire does employ a lot of random jerks who just break stuff. Like, that happens.
All right. So, I will summon my Flame Blade.
Okay.
And which is my bonus action.
Okay.
And our one is
I guess I will try to hit the guy with the knife.
Okay.
Since I have, and then do I get advantage for hitting from surprise?
Yeah, they don't know you're there.
Okay.
So you're gonna get advantage against that.
Okay. I also assume since Flame Blade is concentration that my disguise is dropped, right? I believe that's how that works.
I believe your disguise self is a concentration spell too.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
is it a spell or is it one of your warlock invocations?
I believe the invocation just allows you to cast it as though
Yeah.
you were casting
Okay.
the spell. Oh no, it's just 1 hour. It's not concentration.
Oh, okay, cool.
So,
So
yeah,
I'm
you're
still
still a little old lady now, except now with a fire scimitar.
Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna try shanking the dude. Crap. I'm gonna try to shank the guy with my sword.
Okay. That's a melee spell attack, so
And
you just use the same die as for your Eldritch
Yeah.
Blast.
one of them just crit failed. The other one was an 11.
Okay.
Does that hit? I assume not.
11 is not gonna hit.
Okay.
Oh, actually, hold on. Their armor class is 11. You do hit them.
Yes. Okay. So then that does 10 damage. 10
Whoa.
fire damage specifically.
All right, so this little old lady with the fire scimitar
Yeah.
just hack your blade into this guy.
That's
You
a
hit
hell
him
of an
in the
image.
shoulder.
Yeah.
It
love to see it.
instantly cauterizes the wound that you left, right?
Mhm.
But he staggers, startled and terrified.
And at which point, she says, "If I were you, I would start running, dearie."
Okay, I will allow you to make an intimidation check, please.
Thank you. Oh no, I only got a 9.
All right, little old
Our
lady
dice are
disguise.
just being rude today. Like nobody's getting good rolls right now.
It's
Even our
possible.
dice know it's Monday when we're recording this.
It's possible the little old lady disguise was not sufficient, and they are not frightened of little old ladies. So
That's okay.
your planning might have let you down there.
No.
Okay, the other guy who just has the fist is gonna go after Sounder again. Let's see.
Can I use a reaction to silvery barbs?
Sure. You're gonna have to remind me exactly what that spell does, though, because I am not all that familiar.
It says you magically distract the triggering creature and turn its momentary uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. Triggering creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll.
Okay.
You then choose a different creature you can see within range, and you can choose yourself. And that creature has advantage on its next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw made within the next minute.
Okay. All right. So he tried to pummel you. His first swing was just wild and totally out of. There was no way that was going to hit you. His second attack also missed. That was when he was distracted with the silvery barbs. So the silvery barbs coalesce around you, around Ori.
Oh,
Or you don't have to decide until they actually use it.
I think I'm gonna give it to Ori because I can't guarantee that I will be up for very much longer.
Okay.
Okay. So
All
what
right.
does it do?
It's going
It
to give
just
you
gives you
advantage
advantage
on your next
Oh,
attack
yeah.
or saving throw.
Cool.
Okay, Sounder, it is your turn.
Sweet. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Okay, that thug appropriately shouts, "Gutter mage tricks!" And just distracted and can't hit you. I suddenly had this image of your spell created another version of you just made of light, and he punched that and shattered into little pieces that have all collated around Oriana.
I'm gonna cast Blade Ward on myself.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you cast this protective spell on
yeah.
yourself. How does that manifest?
So it says you extend your hand and trace a sigil of warding in the air. But I think in Sounder's case, it's more of a, just kind of warding yourself type gesture. Not straight Catholic style, but, there's that vibe.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, you have this little warding around you. Round 3, the guy with the knife is going to attack Oriana this time.
Oh, wait. My bonus action, I'm going to disengage and try and get back from these two.
You can do a disengage with your bonus action? Is that a thing that it's a gutter mage thing?
It's parkour casting.
Cool. All right, yes. You do that and you kind of like move away, leaving Oriana, little old lady, with these two bruisers here. All right, this one is going to try and stab at Oriana. 13 AC. I don't think that's going to hit. Does that hit?
What is it?
13 AC.
That ties.
Okay, so he does hit you.
Okay.
And then this one, second attack does not hit. Okay.
Phew.
So, yeah, he stabs you for 3 points of piercing damage.
Cool. All right. Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna attack. First with the flame blade.
Nice.
I get 22.
Yeah, that hits.
6 fire damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hit with Audrey, because we might as well get her fed.
Okay. Now, keep in mind your when you're attacking with the secondary weapon, you will not add your proficiency, or you will not add your damage bonus to the damage.
Okay. All right.
So realistically, it would make more sense for you to attack with Audrey first, and then attack with the flame blade as your secondary weapon.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Okay. Do I have to change anything, or
No? Well, I'll just assume that you meant to do it that way, and we'll just go with it.
Okay. All right. So Audrey gets a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And it's 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
Let me double check the thing to, so with the, let's see, the flame blade damage is just 3d6. Like it looks like it doesn't. Okay, so like I don't have to adjust any of that.
It wouldn't have an attribute bonus anyway.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, cool. So that's
that's
all
why
good.
Blades like Shadow Blade and Flame Blade are so effective.
Okay.
Because you're like, is that a good substitute for my primary weapon? No, but it's a good secondary weapon.
That's true. That's true. I like this. This is cool.
Okay. So you hit him with Audrey, and then you just slash across with the flaming sword, and you put him down.
Cool.
You want to kill him? Well, I think the fire damage, which was technically second, would kill him. So he just bursts into flame and collapses into the gutter.
Cool.
Okay.
This little old lady shows absolutely no remorse for her actions.
Yeah, Granny.
And it's just like literally there, cursed dagger in one hand that's ominously dripping blood, flaming blade in the other one.
Okay, the guy who has no weapon is gonna try and run away at this point. Like he sees this horrific thing happen and is like, "I'm out of here." He's gonna
this study.
He's gonna disengage and then move away. Do you want to pursue him, or are you gonna let him go?
Is Sounder on her feet?
Sounder's still on her feet.
Sounder's still on her feet, having moved away.
Nah. Yeah, I think I'm good.
He's not running towards Sounder. Don't worry.
He's leaving everything,
that would be a bad idea.
He's leaving everything, right? Okay, cool. Excellent. Then good. Ori's gonna like walk over to Sounder as like, the flame blade dissipates and, tuck Audrey back into where Audrey lives and just be like, "Oh dear, I just can't take you young people anywhere, can I?"
not my fault. It's not my fault.
Every time I leave and turn around, there is some sort of commotion with you at the center. We should leave.
I didn't do it.
Let's go before something else happens. And Ori's gonna shift disguise to be, I don't know, just like looking like one of the random people in line.
Okay.
That has left.
Okay. All right. So you are gonna head back toward your hideout now. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Yeah, you're nursing your wounds a little bit. Both of you got cut by that knife, and those wounds they itch. So they feel bad. Feels real bad, man.
Feels bad, man.
Oh man,
and,
should we have taken that knife? Whatever.
As you pass into the Dirge district, you hear a faint buzzing sound as of insects.
Sounder rumbles, just in minor irritation and fear, because it's just because last time she encountered that awful cloud man of bugs attacked her.
Okay. Sounder, what is your passive perception?
Passive perception
I should really make
is
it
15.
Okay. So Oriana is, I don't know, like, I assume you just have conversations as you're walking. You talk about things. Maybe Oriana is practicing what accent would sound right for this particular disguise. And then you hear that
course.
You hear that buzzing sound, and Sounder, you stop and you make that rumble, and you can see Ori pause and look back and like, what? And then behind Ori, you see this cloud of buzzing insects and flitting shadows, and it moves out of the alleyway into the street, where it pauses. And the cloud doesn't have a face, okay? Or maybe more accurately, the insects moving in the cloud only form a face sometimes.
Yeah!
But that face now looks at you, and you can see it.
No, we need to go around. We need to leave.
What's going on?
I'm gonna need, Sounder, I'm gonna need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
This is gonna go horribly.
Oh yeah, probably.
Where's the thing? Okay, this is fine. It's a 23.
Okay. All right.
Woo!
So you steel yourself and shake off the creeping sense of fear. Ori, you have no idea what's going on. Like, you want to look over your shoulder?
I feel like this is one of those moments where Oriana sees the look and expression that Sounder is making and goes, "What fresh new hell is directly behind me?"
Is that actually asked?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's just like, just that thing that we kind of encountered in the near the cliffs. Me and Sparrow, the thing. So we should go around away.
Thing. I don't
Bug
know.
man.
A bug man?
Shadow bug man.
Why didn't you say anything about a bug man? What's a bug man want?
I don't know. Yeah, destruction, despair. I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
It starts approaching from behind Ori.
Let's go.
Running away.
We are leaving.
Ori, with your passive perception, you kind of like There's nothing there.
Oh.
You can hear a faint buzzing sound. You don't see anything there.
She would turn around.
Yep, nothing. Sounder, that cloud is approaching Ori's face now.
Oriana's just doing this, like, I don't understand. Sounder, there's nothing there.
I think I have any warding spells that'll actually be of use here. But
Now,
still gonna try Gust.
Faces.
Shush!
Like some kind of animal coming toward Ori, and it just flings itself at her. And at you, because, you're standing right there.
Yeah, the attempt is made to use Gust against it, but I don't think it'll do anything.
Okay, so what I'm going to need you to do is roll an opposed initiative check against it to see if you go first and do the Gust before it gets to do its thing.
It's a 16 for me.
Okay, it got an 18. So it gets to it engulfs Oriana. Ori, you hear that buzzing sound and it suddenly gets louder and you feel like cold, oppressed feeling clamp down on you. Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I got 4 total.
Cool.
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 Cool. No doubt.
Okay. Okay. The world kind of wobbles and you feel just like unsettled for a second. Okay. And then the gust happens. So remind me what the saving throw is.
DC 14 strength.
Okay. It did not succeed. So let me ask you this. Would you like to push it back, or would you like to push it to the side? Would you like to push it closer to you? I assume you don't want to push it closer to you.
I think I want to move it to the side so that we can run towards where we're trying to go.
Okay. So, that cloud, when it came and hit Oriana, did not stop. It kept coming toward you, and then you used gust and you shoved it to the side, and it goes streaking past you. You can feel the ripples in the air as the insects move past you, and you hear them louder, and then they grow a little softer as they get farther away.
Yep, grabbing Ori's arm and running like hell.
Okay, cool. Just updating my notes. All right.
That's not ominous at all.
No, not at all. So, back at the Devil's Choir, you take the secret route in. It is blessedly peaceful. This is specifically Sparrow and Anji. They're going to get here first before Ori and Sounder do.
Yeah, because we didn't feel the need to stab anybody on the way. We might have, had it come to that, but we, in fact, did not need to stab anybody on the way here.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get in there. There's a sense of peace and calm here. Like, you feel safe here.
Thank the gods they're not ringing the bell yet.
That might happen eventually. You hear singing from down below. There appears to be a ritual going on. You're pretty sure that at the height of this ritual, they will ring the bell. Stinky, your goblin friend, is here, and he is happy to see you. He says, you're back. You're back. Not a moment too soon. Not a moment too soon.
Why do you say that?
Well, I assume you wanted to go out and do some heroism, so I did some information gathering for you. Where are the others, though? Is it just the two of you? Did the others get eaten by a dragon?
No, nothing like that.
They
the
got
others
eaten
are
by a hydra?
they haven't been eaten by anything.
Oh,
At least not
they
the
got eaten
Herald.
by the nothing.
No, darling.
His
They're
eyes
just
go wide.
they're running late. They stopped off in a shop on the way.
Oh,
They'll be here in a moment.
okay.
Yes, let's
great.
not. at that last, they got eaten by the nothing. Sparrow twitches slightly, and then yes, they'll be along shortly. It'll be fine. Did we miss anything while we were gone? You said you gathered information?
We did. Well, I know you're looking into the plague, so I have been in touch with my friends around Nightside, and they have identified some buildings you should go check out.
Well,
see if there's plague there, and kill it if there is.
yes, we thank you for the leads. You've done well, Stinky. You can have an extra little meal bar tonight.
Oh, good. I am really hungry. Are you hungry?
Speaking of which, we all
Are
should
hungry.
eat.
You're starving.
Yes.
Hungry. Ravenously hungry.
You definitely could eat something after that whole debacle today. Although, still, all things considered, we did wind up with some lovely new bits and pieces, I suppose. And she'll kind of admire
Bobs and bobbles, indeed.
Oh. See, when you said bits and pieces, I assumed you meant body parts.
I mean, technically you're not wrong.
It's complicated.
Good.
And we were
I'm making a thing, and so body parts are always helpful.
we were just wait.
I beg your pardon.
What?
What are you making?
What? What do you mean? Anyway, tell me about this new stuff that you acquired.
No.
Just rewards for our heroic efforts.
Okay. It is at that point that Ori and Sounder show up, looking a little like
little more than a little. Sounder is bleeding.
Sparrow will turn around.
Sounder is barely on her feet.
Speak of the devil and Sounder.
What in the holy mischief have you gotten up to?
Is this because I'm a tiefling?
Yes.
That's not okay.
It's
Only I can.
Sparrow.
It's only okay when we make those jokes.
Sparrow, you remember that thing that we found near the cliffs?
Yeah, why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's out roaming the streets.
Are we sure it's the same one?
Probably not.
Do we need to be? If something like it is out roaming the streets, we're in equal peril either way.
I don't know. I didn't see anything, so
So you didn't
try to eat you.
I didn't feel. Clarify. I didn't feel anything though. Or did I?
There was a sense of cold and an oppressive presence, and the world seemed kind of awkward and dizzy for a second. But then you felt normal again.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. There was a weird thing for a second, but I obviously am fine. Other than the stab wound I took trying to save you.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, we're now in the business of getting stabbed on the street.
How?
That's...
Apparently, because we went to Dayside to do that.
I don't know. All I know is I was helping out Maeve in the clinic, and then when I got outside, two idiots were looking to jump Sounder. So
they told them it was a stupid idea to try and rob Maeve.
It was. I mean, you really didn't have to do that.
I was doing them a favor.
Clearly it was because there was...
You were. I
Yeah,
don't really want to
too.
think about what Maeve would have done to them had they succeeded in their little endeavor.
I should have let them do it.
It would have been fun to watch, I'll say that much.
No, it wouldn't have, but I should have let them do it anyway.
Speak
Perhaps
for
more
yourself.
fun than the stab wound you're now sporting.
yeah.
I
You
want
look a bit worse for wear. Worse than you usually do, but in a bad way and not in the fun kidding way that I mean.
Still, people seem to be getting desperate if they're willing to try to rob Maeve's clinic.
Yeah.
He does have a reputation.
Everything seems to be... I don't know. You can kind of feel it, though, right? Like, it's not just a plague. It's also, like there's something else spreading just as fast. And it's...
So
I do not like what it is turning people into.
Near as I can tell, and this is probably going out on a limb, I bet money, though, it's related. Because some spells can cause people to do things. Who said the plague had to be like a literal physical disease that attacks your body? Maybe it also attacks your mind. It's just like Robilard's adventure house all over again.
Can we not talk about Robilards, please? I don't want to think about that right now.
I need dinner.
Stinky
and
says,
I
I
need a nap.
will update my notes.
Oh yes, Stinky
Just cross
apparently
something out very violently.
has information on where we might find more of the plague stuff. That we
Oh.
can go out and
That's
do
not all. I
heroics.
can be very helpful. Can you tell me what has to happen, and I'll take notes for you.
What has to happen now is I need a cube of cheese before I punch someone in the face.
Oh yeah. Do you all eat?
Yes.
Okay. Mark off a day rations, please.
Okay.
Oriana, you're particularly hungry. Mark off 2 days of rations, please.
Oh, okay.
Unless you don't want to eat that much.
No, I do.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out where I got my rations.
Me and your equipment.
Okay.
You guys have rations? I mean, what?
If you don't have rations,
There we go.
there is some food here at the Belfry.
I need to actually check. I probably have some. I do.
Yeah.
I have 5. I will use 1.
Right.
That sucks.
All right. You have staved off hunger for now.
Boop.
Ugh, gosh.
You were particularly ravenous today, weren't you?
I actually was fighting with my weapon to get them out of here. So, you know, I don't know. I assume it's just like being more physical in a fight than because usually I sort of stand back and go like pew, 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 pew.
But you do it so well.
I know, right? It's nice to know that you're looking.
When am I not, darling?
Alright, Stinky, where's Eve?
Oh yes, the child.
Oh, we were playing hide and seek. That was hours ago. I lost. I won.
Evie, sweetie, can you come out here? It's dinner time.
One of the chests that Tarant uses for practice opens up, and evening pops out. It's like, oh, dinner time.
She's remarkably quiet when she wants to be.
I'm just glad she's still here.
Very stealthy.
Does eating give us back any of these missing hit points?
Resting would do that.
Yeah.
Which we should do. Definitely.
Yes, I would love a long rest.
Whole long rest. That would be great.
Okay.
But we're not gonna get an actually long rest here tonight because somebody's fixing to ring that bell. So
Yes, the giant bell that hangs right in the middle of our stupid... We
What?
need a different place. We need a different place without a giant bell in it.
Why are we
Okay,
ringing the bell?
different
oh, it's Canticle
place.
Night,
He
darling.
writes it down in his notes.
Oh God, is that happening tonight?
Oh yes, it's
Yes.
the celebration of the Nightbound Queen. Lady Valen herself.
Look,
Eric,
I
is this
might-
something that I would be expected to make an appearance at, or am I good?
Not necessarily.
Okay, cool.
I mean, you could, and you would, possibly look better, or you could not, and like people would be like, "You didn't come to the thing," but it's not like a life or death thing.
Okay.
Yeah, Sparrow will lift her cup and go, "All hail the usurper," and she'll knock her drink back.
The queen of the hells.
All
might-
hail not being dragged to service by my parents.
So if we're trying to avoid the bells, I might have a place in mind. If
Really?
you don't mind it being a bit plain.
Plain how?
What she said.
It certainly ain't gonna be up to your particular
So
quality of
little
living.
is. But, not having a giant bell ringing in my head is perhaps going to win the day.
I
There's
might.
also the point that this isn't exactly living in the lap of luxury, so.
Yes, we're squatting in the belfry of a church. It's not the most glamorous living situation.
Now.
And
Keep
it
in
isn't
mind-
even our squat, technically.
No,
The
We
it's
stole it.
location. Nah, it really isn't.
thus cementing ourselves as master thieves.
Stole your hideout from another.
Cheers
I
to
do
that.
still like this as a hideout in general, but for a quiet place to sleep, can't
There's
really-
also-
Evening raises her hand. She says, "Those chests are really quiet."
I don't think we can all fit in those chests, dear.
Be surprised. Durant has a lot of chests.
One more thing to poke into when we have time.
Gods forfend
Some
me
of them
ever
are
having
even shaped like
offspring.
coffins. Evening says.
Sounder immediately goes and takes a look because no.
Yeah, no, there are
I-
several treasure chests, and some do indeed look like coffins. Like they're that
Yeah.
large.
Sparrow does have a bit
There
of
are
a
no
moment.
vampires inside them, though. Don't worry.
Sparrow does have a bit of a
Okay.
moment. She kind of hesitates before going, I could present an alternative, someplace that's a little less on the plain. It perhaps not sort of luxury that you're used to, Anji, but well, no one's presently using it as far as I know, unless someone's moved in the last 6 months.
Yeah, see, the place I'm suggesting, it's got some people living there, but as long as you're quiet, they'll leave you alone, and they'll let you sleep, is the most important.
I'm talking about an entirely new safe house, dear.
Yeah, I ain't talking about safe house planning yet. I'm just talking about right now, tonight, before those things go off.
It's an
And
option. I just am
as you're discussing, suddenly you hear this bong, like an
Oh.
earth-shattering crashing
God,
sound.
that with elven ears. Oh dear lord.
Bong.
You just watch Sounder just leave this plane of existence for a moment because
There are
it's
nine bongs.
Right? I'm like over here with religious trauma, like. Yeah.
Sparrow's just like,
and then,
oh, look.
and then it fades away into silence.
Oh,
How many more times are they gonna ring those tonight? I don't remember.
Just the one time, and they ring
Yeah.
nine
Yeah.
rings, which they did.
I believe that was it
Yeah.
for
well,
today.
okay, then we should be able to rest at least, but
What? Stinky says.
but
What?
Someone lock him in a trunk.
Just
Fix
casually pick
bell
up,
situation. He puts that in his
Stinky.
notes.
and she kind of points at his notes and gestures for the pen.
I'm saying there's an old unused Shadow Knife safe house that is presently laying empty.
I mean, 2 safe houses is better than 1.
Absolutely.
But do the Shadow Knives as a whole know about this place?
No, because
Because-
everyone that did is dead.
Oh, delightful.
Are you certain of this?
Sounds safe, Stinky says.
Because if we are going to start moving against them, or at least looking into them,
Oh, we're not
or
moving against them. It's one tiny little assassination.
up their
I'm-
leader.
I'd say
I'm
I'm
just saying, don't borrow trouble.
saying
Uh,
that I'm 97% 7% certain that none of the other Shadow Knives know its location. It was Valyrians, Ori. Yeah, that's Sparrow's mentor, the leader of her crew, who are just gone now.
Oh, I see. I see. Well, that does change things. The option I was going to propose is that there has to be a way how much magic exists in this room, how many diverse skill sets we have to create some sort of soundproofing option for the rest of us.
I mean, if you want to use our magic that way. Your magic. I mean.
Okay, Stinky says loudly to Sounder. I'll go find that. And then he heads off.
Wait.
Oh, I left the map on the table. And then he heads off.
Thanks, Stinky.
It might be better than squatting in a belfry, and it might be more defensible should the situation with this plague get out of hand.
That is pretty important.
Indeed.
There's just one slight wrinkle.
Oh?
The entrance, the best entrance is in the Warrens.
Are we really up for delving through the Warrens tonight?
I mean, I know the path. It wouldn't be a particularly arduous trip, but God knows what's down there. It has been 6 months.
You are feeling very tired and very spent on spell slots and stuff.
I
could push on and do something else this evening, but you would risk exhaustion doing that.
Say we at least think it over.
Yeah, I am all for exploring this as a possibility, but I would like to do so when I actually have rest and I'm not filled with stab wounds. That seems great. At least for tonight, the celebration is over, so we don't have to worry about that getting interrupted.
I agree.
I did kind of want to look at that hand before we
I almost forgot.
Yeah, before we pass out, if that's okay.
We don't want that thing getting up and coming at us really sleep.
If we can start putting some research into that, with Arcana or I don't have medicine as a trained skill. Does anybody have medicine either trained or at least with a decent wisdom modifier?
I mean, we can look into. I got a couple of books, but I'm not proficient in it.
No, I mean, yeah, no, it's not. It's not cute.
Okay.
I am for decoration. I am not helpful.
But yeah, is it okay to do an Arcana check on the hand to start poking at it to see if there's anything magical about this weird fucking plague and
Sure.
Yeah, I just imagine doing magic chemistry basically.
Make an Arcana check.
Cool.
And remember, you can always attempt a medicine check even if you're not trained in it.
I rolled a 2, so I have a total of 7.
I'm helping.
Yeah, you look at the hand; it seems like a normal hand to you.
I
mean, it kind of it's blackened and it looks like it had mold on it, but otherwise a normal hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, I only rolled a 10, so my help is probably not very helpful.
I can also try and help. I can throw this little die. What are we doing? Oh, I'm a little bit helpful. I got a 15.
Yeah, that's a good number.
That's
And is that an Arcana check that you're doing?
That was a medicine check.
It was a medicine check. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
the body that produced this hand seems to have died of some sort of poison or disease, as near as you can tell. But it doesn't appear to have any poison or disease active in it at the moment. Mostly because it's dead, right? It doesn't seem infectious. You're not entirely sure. Probably don't eat it, but like just touching it or being in the same room with it is not going to give you whatever killed this corpse.
That's good. That's good. It can keep its cooties to itself. Thank you.
It's gonna stay tied up when we're not poking at it, and we're gonna just make sure it's hung somewhere where it can't reach anything.
Like a ham on the wall.
Yeah.
You could put it in one of those chests, you know.
That's true. Just you. Honestly, yeah. Actually, Sounder's gonna find the most like magically warded one in there.
And Anji's gonna like come behind you and nail it shut because she knows Tarrant just well enough to know that he is gonna come back here at some point, and he will open he will find it, and then wackiness will ensue. So we're gonna at least make it a little harder for Tarrant to be like, huh, what's this? And then like wind up ending the world.
You want to drive some nails into the head?
I'm literally gonna nail it shut. Yeah.
Okay.
I do like the idea of him like us clearing out and him showing up at some point going, where did everybody go?
He's gonna show up with like a bouquet of roses and a couple of pizzas and a bottle of wine and be like, hey lady, where'd everybody go?
And no, you just don't tell him about the cursed hand and the chest.
No, we're not gonna tell him about the cursed hand, but we are gonna nail the box shut.
Yeah, he won't see that as a challenge or anything.
Let it go
And
all.
at that point, he has made like, he's committed to. Yeah, choices were made.
Yeah.
We're not gonna make it to where he can stumble upon it by accident.
Okay.
All that's gonna be put is a note on top of it with a scribbled like kind of skull crossbone shape and a frowny sad face.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you
This
gonna
is
take a
not do
long
not
rest?
open because we
Yes.
don't want you to. Yeah. Yes. Long
Long
rest.
rest would be
So
good.
you can put hit the long rest button on the D&D Beyond characters.
Hallelujah.
Note that it will return half of your hit dice. You don't recover all of your hit dice during the long rest, only half of them.
Before we go to sleep, Sounder makes it a point to say to Sparrow, hey, thanks for offering up that place. I couldn't have been easy for you.
It's not, but practicality trumps my trauma.
I don't think that's how that works, but the effort is appreciated.
Okay, so just half of our hit points that we would have gotten back.
No, you get all the hit points.
Oh, okay.
You get half your hit dice back. So, if you spent hit dice during the day, like during short rests, to recover hit points, you only recover half of your maximum number of hit dice.
Okay. Where are the hit dice listed?
Hit dice should be listed like near where your hit points are listed. Probably just below it.
I think
it's not super important.
Okay, well, whatever.
Let's take our break because people probably need to use the restroom and such. We'll be back in 10 minutes, and we'll continue on with this plague-ridden story of the Greymantle heroes. Dodge the darkness, don't go away. All right, so we're back. All right, you take your extended rest. Everything goes fine. You're not interrupted. You recover spell slots like you normally do. Did anything interesting happen during the extended rest?
I mean, define interesting.
So Sparrow's being tight-lipped about it, huh? Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I mean, what you want me to go into the thing we were talking about on break?
Well,
I mean,
we did
we
it on
don't need a
break.
full Sarah J.
Don't need a-
Moss from
No,
it, but
no.
like, but you
Okay,
can
so
like.
Look, it's
there
good
we were.
characterization. So go ahead.
Talking.
Like we were
No,
being
no.
really subtle, and
Yeah.
everyone else is like they were not being subtle.
Yeah, no. Sparrow before they rested would have gone up to Ori and just been like, "So, if you're not too tired, dear, I would like to make it up for you for that devil comment. And I do think you owe me for the comment about my intelligence." I think we can make that happen. Fade to black. Yeah.
Okay.
We all know. We all know.
Yeah, we know.
All right.
Then I came in and started blasting.
All right. So the following morning, you don't hear any church service down in the cathedral. It never is really day in Nightside, but it's just kind of like that gloominess has brightened slightly. Day in Nightside looks like the background of Allie's background there. So
Yeah, it's still gloomy as hell.
that's right. Mostly light in the city comes from the street lamps, which are kind of lit with continual light spells. And they get kind of like less bright when there's more light in the sky. So that's how you can tell if the weather is not being cooperative. But yeah, it's basically morning. So what would you like to do?
Blessed silence.
Oriana, I'll like you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okie dokie. Blah, blah, blah. Gonna save those. Fun. Oh boy! 3 total.
Cool.
Cool.
So, Oriana, you feel just tired and stiff and just sluggish. Rest of you can see that Oriana's skin is like kind of gray, and like some of her veins stand out. It's kind of very, very dark blue, almost gray to them as well. She does not look good.
That's a little sus, and I'm just gonna walk right up and look her in the eye and detect magic.
Okay.
I am a warlock. I am magic.
Yeah, but I know what that feels like, right?
Well,
but
one
I
of
also know
Oriana's
what I
eyes
also
is
know what
very
the
magical.
weird undead energy I felt in this place last night was.
Yeah.
And I want to see if you got any of that stuck to you.
Unsettlingly, while Ori's normal eye is just kind of like in that groggy, half asleep stupor, when you did cast detect magic on her, the magical one is just directly laser focused on you.
Yep. And yeah, there is a malaise of necromantic magic about Oriana.
Okay.
Ori, are you feeling all right?
I'm just tired. I
No,
told you we shouldn't have done round 5. Like, that was too much.
Oriana, dear, this is not post-coital malaise.
What?
There's a bit of, hard to describe, a magical ick
Bonk.
What?
clinging to you. I sensed it in this place last night when we arrived, then it seemed to dispel. You, however, have brought it back into the room, and it is absolutely angered to you. I wouldn't know how to dispel it, but we perhaps ought to find someone who does before you continue down this path of deterioration.
What?
It may be plague, it may be something entirely unrelated, but it's not you and it's not correct.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but dear gods, I hope it's the dagger.
No, and I fed it yesterday. Cause I like stabbed it.
Yeah, the dagger seems to be well fed.
Not inspiring confidence.
So
You
So out of
sure?
character.
Cause like I, again, like I don't usually do the physical activity, so I just thought getting tired was normal.
Oh, and a bit of it may be. I'm not trying to tell you that doesn't happen. I'm telling you there is an additional layer of fatigue you are feeling. It's also turned your skin an unusual pallor, and and we ought work on dispelling this before you become a brighter shade of blue.
Blue?
Or a zombie, or a
Oh,
plague,
God!
or a.
Yeah, you're not your
I'm just warning you
Anything
that
but blue.
yeah,
By the house, I would never.
you're not your usual lovely shade of red, dear.
Oh.
We should
So
seek
out
out
of-
Maeve.
So we would know that she does like magical healing as well, or is she strictly okay? Cool.
even if she doesn't, like, I feel like she would be a person to ask.
Yeah.
How do we
True.
manage the symptoms in the meantime, and how do we find someone that could dispel it?
Sparrow's been to her often enough that she knows that
And
there's some shit she can handle.
So hey, as the person with this affliction, I'm going to look for Dumont.
Okay.
Dumont.
Yes. Because if anybody would know how things affect us, specifically me, and have a vested interest in curing me, it would probably be.
As much as I don't
Right.
trust that bastard with your well-being, you do have a point. I hate to say it, but you're too much of an asset to him.
Yeah. And I mean, if that doesn't work out, Maeve does kind of owe the two of us for not letting those guys come and break her window.
Fine. Go to Dumont, but I'm coming with you.
That'll be something.
I'm sure it will be.
I believe I ought to come along as well. It's a buffer between you and him, if nothing else.
The Dark Chalice, which is where Dumont hangs out, is in Duskfall, which is the same district that Maeve works out of. So it is 2 hours from where you are, basically, to get to the Dark Chalice, or to any location in Duskfall, except for Maeve's place, which is close by, and it's 1 hour away. That, I should say, is assuming that you're going at a safe speed and traveling like in back streets and stuff to avoid attention and notice, which is kind of what you did yesterday. So if you want to take a faster route, you can do that, but it risks more. It has more risk to it. See what I'm saying?
Do we want to try going faster?
We probably shouldn't push it.
Okay.
But we also probably shouldn't dally.
No.
Yeah.
No
Between
dallying.
last night and this morning, this is how bad it's gotten, and we don't know if the curve is exponential.
Okay.
We just want to still have an Oriana when we get where we're going.
I am also pro this plan. Yeah, let's go the speedy route so that way we can just get back to whatever, like finishing the stuff we actually need to do that's actually important, without this delay.
I am going to make a suggestion because I do not know enough about what people are looking for as far as like, am I seeing plague? I would like to make Oriana invisible for this trip so that no one can peep her and be like, plague and pandemonium.
If you're gonna go at kind of the fast route, it will take you 1 hour to get there.
Okay.
Or if you're going to Maves, it will only take you half an hour to get there. And that's where you're going, right? Maves?
Yeah, I think we should go to Maves and like stop in, check in with her, see if we can get something to boost Oriana's essence ability to survive while we go get Dumont. Like it makes sense to stop at the closer place first.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Oriana, will you consent to being made invisible so that people don't clock you as possibly having plague?
Yeah. Okay. That's
Cool.
Okay.
There you are.
And if you feel too fatigued, Ori, you can grab onto me if you need to.
Yes, even invisible you can.
Yeah.
You can lean on people.
Lean on me. Anyway, go. Well, I think.
All right, so you're all going to the same place. Yes.
Yes.
And you're going to Maves.
We're booking it to Maeve's place.
Oh, okay. I thought that we were not going. I thought we were talking about going to Demont.
You don't all have to go there. I'm sorry. This is just me trying to understand exactly what the plan is. And I'm taking notes, so that's why I'm clarifying.
That was not my understanding of the plan.
Okay. What is the plan?
Are we going to Maeve or Dumont? I thought we were going to Dumont.
I thought we were going to Maeve because it's on the way to Dumont. And so there's no reason not to stop, let Ori rest, have a conversation with Maeve, and then keep going.
We can do that, like,
and if we get to Maeve's and Ori has declined, we can send someone to go get Dumont and bring him here to Maeve's, where it's safe and there's medicine.
Okay.
That sounds super risky, and I'm here for it.
All right, so you're going to Maeve's first, is what we're saying.
Maeve's first.
Okay. And you're taking the fast route?
As quickly as possible.
Okay. All right, so... All right, and it's specifically, because it's on the edge, it's very, very easy to get there. There are people about in the streets, moving around. They seem agitated and arguing frequently with each other and shouting at each other. And let's see, would someone roll a d6 for me, please?
D6? I got one. 4.
4, okay. Yeah, you, at one point, you see a group of people chasing someone. And this person appears, they're holding a lantern, which is jangling from their hand as they're running. And the people are chasing that person down the street.
Not a problem.
I can intercede? Okay.
No.
Any insight into what they might be chasing them for, or is it just no way to know unless you get involved?
Make a perception check or an insight check, Sounder.
I'm gonna go with perception. No, I'm gonna go with insight. Might as well. Nope, that's an 8. We're too busy.
Okay.
Yeah, I would blame Sparrow's lack of interest on her worry for Ori, but let's be honest here. She just does not care. Too chaotic neutral.
All right. Remind me what you got there, Sounder. Not
8
a great.
total.
Okay. Yeah, you can't really tell. There's nothing that really stood out about the person they were chasing. They just look like they were a normal Nightside dressed person. They were carrying that lantern. Lanterns are fairly common here in Nightside, but you realize that that's the only person you've seen carrying a lantern now that you're down on the street in the last 20 minutes or something. Once you left your hideout, you hadn't seen anybody else carrying a lantern until that person. Okay, so
just
you
something
continue
file
on your
away
way.
for later.
You continue on your way. You get to Maeve's. There is a crowd of people outside Maeve's like yesterday,
Bloody
but
hell.
they are not starting a conflict, and there's not really a line to get inside. They're just kind of standing around, seeming unhappy.
Well, if they're not impeding our way,
I'm gonna sort of insist Sparrow take point, because you've got the relationship. Or you can lean on me if she needs to while you go and find Maeve and say, "Hey, we need a private room." Because I'm not uninvisibling Oriana until we're behind a closed door.
Okay. As you approach, one of the people is like, "Hey, do you have script? It's prices are up, and I just need some medicine for my family, you know."
yes, well, we have our own
Don't.
problems.
Okay. They don't make a thing of it. All right, you head inside. A very weary-looking Maeve is behind the desk. She has tied her hair back in a very severe steel-colored bun. And she says, yeah, what can I owe? Oh, it's you. Welcome. Good to see you again. Have you come to settle up? She's asking that to Sparrow.
Well, where were we at again? I'm sorry, there's a bit of an emergency.
It's always a bit of an emergency with you, lass.
Well...
Yeah, unfortunately this one ties to the kerfuffle of yesterday.
Okay. Wait, you were outside. You got in a fight with those two ruffians. Are you all right?
Trying to make your life harder, might I am.
Come here, let me see your wounds.
I'm fine. I'm a friend who needs help.
And she pulls out a little silver needle and thread, and she's like, come on.
Is there someplace private we could... I have a rather delicate matter to discuss with you.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. $23.
She goes, girl! This kind of haggard-looking teenage girl comes running out of the back where she's been doing work. Like, yes? Watch the desk. I have to treat these ladies to a little special treatment of their own. And the girl's like, okay. She goes up to the desk. The new prices? Maeve's like, yes, the new prices. Come with me. She waves you back.
When did you get an assistant, Maeve?
A couple of days ago. You've been out of Nightside for some time, haven't you?
Well, not that long. I mean, the last time we saw each other was, what, a month ago? 2 months ago?
Business has been pretty good the last fortnight or so. Of course, now, well, you can see the problem. She gestures, and the stands of supplies in the back, she took you into the stock room. There, empty.
Oh.
So as soon as the door is shut, I will de-invisible Oriana, so that Maeve can see what we're dealing with.
Raises one eyebrow. She wasn't surprised. And she goes, oh, that doesn't look good.
Indeed.
And I don't mean you, points to Sparrow. Maeve's just always giving Sparrow a hard time because Sparrow is getting the medical treatment on credit.
Also, hilariously, Oriana takes a minute to also look vaguely affronted.
Look, I have
She inspects.
I have 60 marks on me. I could give you that.
What are you wanting for that 60 marks? It's not much I can do about this.
There isn't.
What do you mean?
Ah, well. She makes a little warning gesture. You got the plague, sister.
Okay.
The gloom pest is what they're calling it. Stupid name. But
Bit of stupid name, yes.
a bit accurate. How bad is it exactly? How long have you had these symptoms? She now has put gloves on, and she moves your cheek so that she can see into your eyes.
I don't know. I just woke up like this.
Can confirm she seemed more herself at bedtime last night.
Well, she lets go, backs away. Well, you should really leave her in quarantine until it runs its course. But I can give you some drugs to keep her on her feet.
I'll be
Appreciate whatever help you
helpful,
give.
yes.
What do you mean by run its course?
Well, either you survive it or you die of it. Probably you die of it, and then you turn into a zombie.
And
Was that all?
how long does it take for that to happen?
A couple of days. The gloom pest has struck Nightside before, maybe before your time, she points at Sparrow, so you might not remember. But, well, it basically decimated the whole city.
How long ago was this?
A few decades, I don't remember. Not in Sparrow's living memory.
No. Well, Sparrow's also...
And how old is Sparrow?
Sparrow's about the same age as Ori, only in her, like, what, 20s?
Yeah, something like that.
Like, she...
No. A few decades ago.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, kid. You seem like a good one. Your taste in women beside the point. Again, with the Sparrow hate.
I thought we had a good relationship, Maeve.
We do.
Yeah. I mean, there's not
That's
an
why I
age.
haven't kicked you out or tried to kill this one right away.
Well, that's appreciated, I suppose. Is there anything we can do? Do you know of any time in the last time this happened that any news of someone, even rumors, surviving this?
Well, there's natural immunity. Some people make it through without perishing, just recover on their own. I'd give your friend about a 10% chance of that working out. Or you could, well, if we had the proper medicers, maybe that could resolve it. Unfortunately, the high medicer perished some time ago before your time, and now we don't have anybody who has that skill. I mean, I can do what I can do.
Would there be anyone on...
time to be alive.
What about on...
laughs as though that was a joke.
Would anyone on Dayside have a comparable skill?
Well, I mean, if the train was running and you could get to Dayside, then I suppose perhaps. But some maniacs blew up the train, and well, I think there's another one that might be leaving for Dayside later today. If you can get a seat on it, they're very expensive.
Do you know if, like, the archives or anything have any information about the previous plague?
You know, that's a good idea. Maybe you should check into that.
All right.
What? I got a business to run.
You've been such a help, Maeve, as always.
So
We will take those medicines, by the way.
Promise is a promise. I keep my pacts. She hands you a small burlap sack of medicines.
And how much is it did I do? Where's my tab?
Oh. Hang on. She moves a couple boxes and pulls out the scroll, which she starts unrolling and unrolling and unrolling and unrolling. And she's like,
Birdie, what have you done?
I get stabbed sometimes. So do you.
yeah, but I guess she's a bit more discreet about it. You owe me... Wow. Looks like 600. You get stabbed a lot, Birdie.
Yes, thank you for using that nickname in front of her, Ori.
You know,
I'm dying.
we could make a deal.
Not if we can do anything about it.
A deal.
A deal.
Well, I happen to have
Bit of a supply chain problem.
a bit of a supply chain problem, that's true. Prices are significantly higher than they were yesterday. She pulls out a token, which is a Doom Train token. And she says, I've been hoping to get my granddaughter out of Nightside, and I could tell you where to get these, if you're really interested.
If Dayside has someone that can handle this, then I say I'll do it.
Wait. Let me.
You think I'm going to trust your generosity and selflessness, do you, Sparrow?
Well,
Can I vouch
Remember
for the,
the
fact
list
she
of the
is-
times you've been stabbed.
She's not being selfless, if that helps.
This is what I need from you. I'll give you the information, and I'll forgive your tab if you find me more supply. All of this, she points at the empty shelves. I can make a killing with the prices being as high as they are now. I will give you the information about where you can get passes to get on the Doom Train, and I'll forgive your tab.
well, I'm convinced.
It's worth it to me.
Gonna need a list, Maeve, of the stuff.
Yeah, yes,
Oh, yes.
of course.
Girl!
Wait, hang
The
on.
girl comes back. She's like, yeah, make me a list of what we need. The girl starts writing stuff down furiously.
Oriana, I believe you and I will continue to do Mart
Yeah.
while they go steal things.
Splitting
Okay.
your party, eh? Maeve nods like, this is a good idea.
We don't even know if there is anybody on Dayside that can help. And also.
We don't know if Dumont can help either.
Dayside. Yeah, but like. It's right over there.
You gonna take some of those meds that Maeve gave you?
Yes.
Okay. So, Greymantle is not your classic D&D setting. It's a little bit more advanced. They have, they have pills and medical, achievements that most D&D settings would not. The medicines, however, are not FDA approved, shall we say, and they are not necessarily going to be really good for you. But
Oh boy.
you can use those medicines. You want to take one experimentally and see what
Yeah.
happens?
So you
There are
think of
red
me
pills
to
and there are
chemically-
blue pills. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Which
Which
Cool.
one would you like to? Which one would you like to try? Or do you just put a handful in your mouth? Because
I'll
you can do
take-
that.
I'll take the red one because it's red like me.
Okay, cool,
And then we've already established red is the good color.
great. Make a Constitution save.
Oh boy. I'm scared. Oh hey, cool! I rolled another 2, so that's a 3 total.
These dice are just
Okay,
against us
You take
today.
10 poison damage.
Oh great.
but your plague regresses to stage 1.
Okay. So I just imagine like this is the case where like Oriana basically takes the pill and then 10 minutes later just like throws up.
Yes, that's exactly what happens.
Okay.
You throw up and your insides are just but
it's like black and gross and weird, but she's like, I oddly feel a little better now.
Oh, thank the gods for that. Now, if I recall, Maeve, the last time I was here, you threw me out of my ass.
I do have a tendency.
Well, a little sorry goes a long way.
You want me to apologize to you?
That's about what I expected.
Fine. I'm sorry for throwing you out on your ass. I consider you to be a very helpful and very capable person, Sparrow. You remind me of myself a little bit. Not as pretty, obviously, but a little bit like myself. So I'm going to give you this chance because I like you, Birdie. Find me the stuff I need, and I will set you up with those train passes.
All right.
Well, I'm not going to buy them for you, but I'll tell you where to get them.
Of course. Of course. And I suppose next time I won't ask questions I shouldn't. I did find what I was looking for, mind you.
Oh.
Yes.
Good.
It squeaked it out my sound.
Flirt with her when
I'm
I'm
not
dying.
I'm not flirting with... Never mind. Never mind. I'm letting her know.
I don't care. You can flirt with who you want, but I'm not dying.
Understood, dear. Shall we away, then?
Yes.
Out of this town.
Okay. All right. So where are we going now? I think there was splitting the party under consideration. Now remember, I won't just remind you. A message will arrive. So this message appears in your heads, and you hear Lilith's husky voice saying, "Remember, I can use those emergency powers to lock down Nightside and save many lives. I hope you're making progress." You can return a message, or you don't have to.
Yes, we're proceeding apace. We'll keep you appraised of our progress as soon as we have more to share.
We've got locations to investigate, but that's about it.
Okay. All right. So, is the party splitting, or are you going all to the same place?
I know that Oriana still wants to go find Dumont to see if there may be a magical solution for what's going on with her specifically. And I am going to go with her to do that regardless of what anyone else decides to do.
And I think it would at least be a good idea to head with them in that direction. But it might be helpful for, at least for Sounder, to start poking around with her own contacts as to A, supplies, and B, hey, what have you heard about, X, Y, and Z? See if we can't find another route to this train token info.
Yeah, and I think Sparrow is not keen on parting from Ori at the moment. Like, for all of her bravado, she is concerned.
Yeah. So if y'all three go that route, Sounder will tag along in a direction for a bit and then split off when she's closer to one of her own, contacts. And once she splits off, she's going to take the slow and very, very careful route.
Okay. Right. So I'm just updating my notes here. All right, so that took you about an hour to go visit Maeve. The second hour, you were headed to go find Demott. Most of you are, at least. And then Sounder is going to split off and go a different way. Okay. So to get to where Demott is, are you taking the fast route or the slow route?
I think fast, probably.
Whatever
Yeah.
Oriana wants.
I think with the medication helping Ori's condition, we can at least try to move a little faster without worsening things.
All right, I'm going to need someone to roll a d6 for me, please.
Okay, d6. 3.
Okay. So you come across a large group of unruly people who are outside like a bakery, and they are loudly shouting and protesting, and the bakery appears to be mostly empty. They are very hungry, and the bakery doesn't have food for them.
Boy.
Okay.
Let us
Ice
just
crunch?
kind of.
Yeah, yeah, just slipping past.
Sounder makes mental note of smuggle food back from Dayside.
Hey, that's a great way to make some money.
Uh-huh.
Although, gods know how much profit would actually be in that, knowing Dayside prices. Oof.
Alright, so it takes you from where you were about an hour to get to where Demott is. So that's hour 3. Okay. So, 3 of you are visiting Demott, and Sounder, you're going to head off on your own?
Yep.
Which way are you going?
Oh, that's a good question.
If you want to think about it for a bit, I can come back to you.
Yeah, it'd probably be for the best.
Okay. So, you have gone to visit Demott at the Dark Chalice, which is a lotus lounge with a hidden back room and a hidden basement. Usually Demott's just hanging out in the back room, but Oriana, you have been there when that room was more like a basement. So, whether they both exist or one becomes the other, unclear. But Demott is there in the front room, in fact. The Dark Chalice has its normal amount of people. There's this kind of strange food music that's kind of a little bit uncomfortable and unnatural, like weaving through the room. Spending a lot of time here is a little bit odd, but the longer you spend, the more you get used to the strange atonal sort of music, and it gets more comfortable. Whether you think that's a good thing or not, up to you.
Oh.
Demott is there, and he's at the bar. He is writing this
Oh.
long red quill.
Well, I've never been here before. I do enjoy the ambiance.
Yeah,
Not
people
exactly
like
my taste in music, but
people
could be
look over at
worse.
you when you come in, and then they go back to
Just-
their drinks. There are dancers up on the stage, of various genders and various states of dress.
Definitely enjoying the ambiance.
Just, Sparrow, you could not be yourself for like 10 minutes around Demott.
I'm offended, dear. Truly.
Just all I'm asking.
Have you no
just, like,
faith in me?
just like 10 minutes.
Fine,
Thank you.
but I'm keeping track.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like Ori kind of does the thing of like, you know, double like cast prestidigitation on herself like 2 or 3 times just to make sure she like doesn't look as terrible as she feels, but like, you know, to mixed results basically. But still like doing, you know, just like the equivalent of like fidgeting with like making sure your dress isn't wrinkly, but like with
Like
magic.
magically. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, and if worse comes to worse, you can always disguise yourself as yourself, except more healthy. Yeah, you don't look quite as bad. Like your natural color is back, and you look tired, but otherwise not deathly ill.
As long as, you know, my outfit is like in order and I don't have a weird smell.
Okay.
I think.
All right. Yes.
Mom
is there.
Now that they're inside, especially, I think Sparrow will take off her little glasses, put them into her coat, and
your red eyes don't seem so out of place in this place.
Yeah, so she would head over to Dumont and kind of just like, you know, sort of shift her like demeanor and everything to just be like how they usually meet, but like kind of like not saying anything with the others following, almost as if like just that natural assumption that like, yes, this is my entourage.
And Anju definitely has that air of like, bitch, I'm a celebrity. Of course I can go wherever.
Vainglory. Your trip to Dayside proved successful, did it?
Did.
You have returned with more than you expected, and less.
That is an apropos way of putting it.
How can I help you?
I seem to have acquired unfavorable countenance from this whatever is happening right now.
Yeah, he looks at you.
But if we are able to find the root of it, I believe it would place all of us in a far more advantageous position within the city.
I agree.
But I
So
can't.
you have...
Sorry, I can't do that though if this thing kills me first.
have chosen to save the city, risking your own lives in the process.
Not without reward.
You're
not altruistic.
I have taught you no less. Very well. I shall assist you. I cannot cure your infection, but I can limit its consequence.
How so?
I will make it so that you are not contagious. And so your friends need not fear being around you.
Yeah.
But if I do this for you, you will give me something in return. Think carefully.
Like off to the side, I don't know if Ori can see, but Sparrow's kind of doing like a slight like hand gesture, like this is just to convey this is a bad idea. Something that Ori might recognize.
Mm-hmm. I feel like her eyes do flick between the other two,
and you know, before like feeling awkwardly like make her think for a second, then she's just finally like, done.
And
What do you want?
You would give me my pick. You are bold.
One way of putting it.
He did. Family always said my title was earned, wasn't it?
Very well. I shall take your glory, vainglory. Until this plague is resolved, you shall be mine, and not hers.
What does that entail?
Your pact shall be with me, and not with she who holds it.
I see.
Oh, Sparrow is just like biting her tongue so fucking hard. There's the one. Biting her tongue so hard right now.
And
Auntie's gonna notice that and just like put a hand on Sparrow's sleeve, be like, keep it together, keep it together.
so be it.
Very well. He places his hand high on your chest like this. And you get the sense that, like, this plague is infecting you somewhere here in your chest, like in your heart. And fiery magic just kind of like pulses from his hand into your chest. And you feel as though your skin is like tearing or burning. And then he releases you, and you kind of stagger back. And under your clothes, you feel something like still clawing at you.
Is my eye doing anything fucked up and weird?
Oh.
Your eye hurts like crazy. It is
God.
burning in your head, but the pain ebbs and fades.
I may have to bleep that in post.
Hmm?
We're just slinging around the F word a few
Oh,
times.
okay.
We can only do it once per episode.
Oh.
I think we've actually had 3 so far.
Halfway
But,
Oh,
it's
no.
fine.
And none
Oh,
of them
no.
were me. Like,
Yeah, that's
what?
Oh
true.
no.
That's
Look,
true.
I'm Italian and I'm from Chicago. The fact that I've been speaking this long without swearing is impressive.
All right.
But that is the one good thing about this show not being live this episode is that we can fix it in post.
Yeah.
That's true. All right. So, sure enough, there is a new infernal mark carved into your flesh that's still painting itself like through your skin.
Okay. As long as it's not also a creepy eyeball.
It's not also
Yay,
creepy.
okay,
eyeball,
good.
no.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
Do take care not to perish while you still bear my mark. Or perhaps you would prefer to perish while you bear my mark. I am not always certain of our relationship. But while you bear my mark, you will not be contagious. Your plague will not pass to anyone else.
I still have a lot of things I need to do here, so I will not be rushing into whatever circle of hell awaits me. But
lean upon your companions for their support. Love your elf as much as you will.
Do you like Ori just abruptly changing the subject?
Error 404.
Hey, your patron approves of your romantic interests. It could be worse.
Yeah. Better than still an upgrade.
Ellie's looking at me like,
plans. I have plans.
Do you have were you within the city when this plague last struck it?
I was.
Do you recall any rumors of it being made of, what was it, bugs and shadow?
The plague made manifest.
That what it is?
Yes. Those who have tasted it can see it.
Wait. So does that mean that Sounder's also infected?
He does not answer.
Okay. Do you know if there is a way to defeat it?
There is, but I do not know it.
You know who would?
I do not. In the meantime, however, I suggest that you take steps to minimize the damage. If you have decided to save Nightside from this scourge.
I have. Are there...
What a noble choice you have made, my protege.
Do you have suggestions for how to mitigate it?
The greatest wisdom comes from the most unlikely of sources. Remember that.
Okay. Well,
in doubt, use fire.
that I can do.
He grins.
Oriana also grins.
It reminds you a little bit of a joke you told him once.
Yeah.
Which was, there's this flashback to little kid Oriana coming up to Demott saying, "Hey, did you know that fireball is the solution to every problem?" And Demott's like, "Is it?" And then the little kid says, "Yes, because then you have a new problem."
Oh my god.
All right.
Okay, after that little nostalgic moment, Dumont is gone. He is no longer sitting there. He's just vanished. Like, for the rest of you, they were talking, and then they Dumont leaned over toward Oriana, and she kind of leaned over toward him, and their horns touched each other, and then he was just gone.
Farewell. Huff a little bit. Well, there goes my plan.
What was your plan, Birdie?
I was going to offer him a lozenge. Clearly he needed one.
Thank you for not being yourself. I know that was very hard, but I am very appreciative and very proud of you.
Thank you.
and now, thankfully, no longer contagious. Because
Oh, that's good. I certainly don't like this turn of events, however.
we are at a point where we are facing a sea of bad options. But what we have just been told is that whatever that thing was that you guys encountered and that apparently attacked me, if we can somehow trap it and kill it, perhaps that will end the thing. But what I am curious about is if this is some sort of summoned thing or a being in and of itself. And I wonder if there is a way to track or trace that. Don't all speak at once. Anybody has,
Really?
again.
I don't know. Obviously, we need more information before we can really understand what this thing is.
And to what level do we need to understand it? I mean, understanding its nature and its origins perhaps might make it a bit easier to destroy, but we could also just throw fire at it. See what happens.
So, if it is something that another sorcerer or warlock or wizard has summoned and brought into being, then that gives us our smoking gun for Lilith to then use as to like upseating power within the council or whatever, because that's the person who is responsible. If it is just its own, a singular entity causing chaos independently because that's just what it is and what it chooses to do, then tying it back into the political game becomes a bit more challenging, doesn't it? Do you understand where I'm going with this?
I do. I will admit for a moment I'd forgotten the political game. It was mostly keep Oriana alive.
Yes. I also have a vested interest in that, so, appreciate it.
Yes, it was my primary concern as well, I will admit. This would be a far darker city without you, dear.
Is it because I set things on fire?
You want to take that extremely literally, yes. In any case, I still, and perhaps I don't have a leg to stand on here, but making a pact with Dumont, really?
He has always been while not straightforward with his intentions. He has demonstrated over the lifetime that I have had him in my life to be, again, invested in me and what I am capable of, which obviously is not the most reassuring, but in this particular instance, I trust that he wants me to remain alive and will give me the tools to do so, as he did. And honestly, again, in the circles that I travel with, like, especially you knowing now yourself, you don't get good options with those who choose to lend you part of their power.
Correct.
You take what you can get, and you hope that you have the wits to maneuver and endure and get what you can and what you want out of it, which is exactly what I'm going to do.
Agreed. Certainly quite the game of chess. But I understand desperation.
It's... yes. I don't like being put into disadvantageous positions, and
Nor do I.
is very, very careful about exploiting my weakness, I suppose. Because he probably knows I would not have made the same deal were it just for myself. But put me as a threat to all of you, and
Oh, I understand that motivation all too well.
But regardless, though, I think that we should look into we should start researching and looking into any instances of this plague manifest entity, and figure out, because that just seems like the path forward, or at least something that some sort of angle that we can go on.
Agreed.
So, I think that's about a good stopping place for this particular episode. We will pick up here in our next episode. Who knows when we're going to record that? Anyway, so I have been Eric Scott V, DM of the Greymantle game. I think this is a great setting and a great story. My influences should be pretty clear, but I will talk about that on the Discord, so you should come join our Discord and we can talk all about it. I might be wearing a shirt that might be a hint. It might be a hint. Anyway, it's fine. I write a lot. You can find my stuff online. If you come to the Discord, you can chat with all of us, including myself, about whatever. And it's a good time. So please do. Take it away, Allie.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I am Alexandra Pitchford, or Allie for short, writer, game designer, tabletop RPG streamer, and yeah, this has been fun. Greymantle is a lovely little setting, and I'm enjoying this game immensely. So I look forward to next time, and hope y'all can join us then.
Hello, I'm Jen. I go by Savage Sparrow on the internet, and boy howdy, do I just seem to be getting further and further and further in over my head. This is exciting. I had a delightful time this game. Yeah, if you dig me and my content, I am Savage Sparrow, or variations of Savage Sparrow on most places on the internet. SavageSparrow.com is my super awesome website for nerdy apparel and accessories. We have some really cool stuff on there. The Live Laugh Leshy collection, an official Pathfinder collection, has gone live on the shop. So you can pick up some really cute plant-themed pins and tees and stuff like that. It's great.
And I am Amanda Cherry. Today I played Anji, and she actually was a little bit useful for once, which is like a whole new experience for me. I write books, short stories, the occasional award-winning screenplay, mostly about women who have lots of magic and aren't very nice. You can find me online at Manda the Ginger. That is on TikTok and the X Twitter, also here on Twitch. And my website is www.thegingervillain.com. That's where you can find information about where I'll be. I've got conventions all year long. You might actually be able to like meet me and do a little fist bump live and in person later this year, which is something I'm having to get used to again because it's been a while. Excited to have you here and can't wait for the next episode when we get into even more trouble. Wait.
Lex?
Yep, sorry. I'm Lex. You can find me on the internet at Fortiver, and that is VER, with and without the dash in between those two. You can also find me at LexArts with 2 X's. I illustrate, I play games tonight, I played Sounder, and yeah, commissions are open. I do illustration for books, games. I do not care, let me draw your things.
All right, and thanks for coming. See you next time.